Now, when this madness all started, it was because the government decided to protect 17-year-olds from pornography. And a lot of Americans cheered and applauded, and they were like, finally, we will purify our nation from the demonic taint. People are going to have relationships again. The demographics are going to rise. I personally will not have children, but everyone else will. And when I get old, those children will be taxed, and they will feed me in my olden years. But there was me, and people like me, which said, this is not about pornography. This is a free speech and privacy issue. And then they came to me, and they said, V, you are a Khmer. You are a filthy, demonic degenerate. What do you know? You just want to poison our youth with your vile pornography. And I said, listen, the internet was the way it was since the beginning. Nothing has changed. Why are you motherfuckers becoming irrational? And furthermore, we live in the age of offline AI. Any person can use a text bot on a laptop, disconnected from your moral busybodiness, and engage in all the Khmer degeneracies. And so it is obviously that this isn't about pornography. But they didn't listen to me. They hated me. They despised me. And yet, here we are. From pornography, it has moved to keeping children safe from social media and adopting the Chinese communist system from Mao Zedong, who was a visionary. He actually saw what the future of Christianity will be like. From his seat in China, he has developed the most pious and the most pure system imaginable that America and the European Union are struggling to copy now. And so it's fascinating when you actually read the absolute retardation that lawmakers are doing right now, which has to beg the question, are the lawmakers genuinely that fucking stupid? Have they never touched a computer before? Do they genuinely not understand how the internet works? Or maybe it's actually not about the children. Maybe this is to create the digital surveillance state which exists in China and now is probably going to exist around the world. Let's look at what they are suggesting. South Carolina passed a law that aims to protect kids from addictive social media use. Because, again, in 2026, fuck the parents. The parents never get into the conversation at all. Children belong to the government. They belong to we, to us, right? Not to the parents. The law requires large social media companies to estimate a user's age using information they already collect. Again, the way that it's written, it makes you think that it's collecting this from the children. It's like, no, you fucking moron. It's connecting it from adults, from you, from me, from everybody, right? Like, this is what the law does. It puts restrictions on adults. Stop being a cretin, okay? Like, it's not about children. It's about grown-ups. Every single grown-up now is going to have his information harvested. Now, you may say, well, hold on a little bit. Like, isn't information harvested now? Yes. And it's going to be harvested even more. Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, you have these people that if there's a dial between 1 and 100, if the dial goes to 1, then, well, might as well just go to 100. The other thing that, like, how many hacks? This is the question that I have. How many hacks is it required until people wake the fuck up? Like, is information theft not a thing anymore? Is it something that people generally don't get concerned? Every single month, you have another company that just got hacked, people's private information leaked. Apparently, that just doesn't fucking matter anymore. If someone uses the app for more than 25 hours, again, you can see that it's made by a mental retard. 25 hours within 6 months. That's like what? 5 or 10 minutes a day? Like basically someone by accident opens TikTok and already the clock is ticking? I'm willing to bet there is no politician, not a single politician in the United States that uses the internet for just 25 hours within 6 months. Like, this is retarded, all right? But anyway, the company must at least be 80% confident that the person is older than 15. If the person reaches 50 hours use, the company must be 90% confident. If the company cannot reach that confidence level, it must assume that the user is a child. The company must also recheck the age estimate every additional 100 hours of use. So I just want you to understand, like, you're going on the internet, right? And every single 100 hours, if the company is not sure that you're an adult, they're going to start checking your age. They're going to demand additional face doxing, additional showing your ID. I want you to, like, gather, when it happens, okay? This is what I need you to do. When it finally happens, and people will have to do this, I want you to gather all the spite and all the animosity you can muster, and everything like you feel that's negative, and don't direct it to the politician. Direct it to the people on Twitter that supported this, okay? Like, every single chucklehead, their ideology, the people that associate with them, right? Because they're all the ones about, like, how do you associate, right? I want you to just, like, write down their names, remember them, so that when you're finally inconvenienced, when you finally get to see data being hacked and stolen, and everything that I'm actually saying now is going to happen, I want you to channel that animosity where it actually belongs, you know, to the pious people, to the good Samaritans, you know, the individuals that are against pornography. They did this to you, right? And pornography still exists. Again, offline, laptop, AI, they know it, I know it, you know, everyone knows it. But we have to pretend that, no, this is about children. Okay, sure, why not? If the company wrongfully treats a child as an adult, it can face fines up to $10,000. Now, this is the interesting thing, right? They basically say that companies should only use the data, companies are encouraged to use the data that they've stored. But at the same time, they say that companies are going to face $10,000 in violation. Do you know what happens? Because we have seen what happens when this shit happens. Companies, they overreact, right? Like, companies, they do not look at the law, and they basically just follow the guidelines. They go overboard. They exaggerate. And not to mention, like, companies generally want the data anyway, and now they have a legal umbrella to get it. Like, up till now, companies were already harvesting data, but they weren't harvesting your social security number, for fuck's sakes. Like, why are people so retarded? You know, it's like, well, I mean, the companies already know, yeah, they don't have my social security number yet. But I guess in the future, they will have your mug, they will have your social security number. What's interesting is that there was this company, Persona, which is still being used by many people. I don't, like, if I see something using Persona, no. Just no. I would not use the service. I use a VPN. I use a video game character, an AI video, just to show it so that, no. Like, but Persona, what it does is, like, allegedly, it tries to make sure that you're over the age of 18. In reality, it checks your face with 300 other things that they don't disclose. Like, for example, if you paid your taxes or not, if you're a terrorist or not, you know, like, all of a sudden, these companies that just, like, they just check your age. They just want to know that you're not little Billy. You're not like a 17-year-old kid that tries to watch a titty online. And Persona is there, you know, to help facilitate Discord and to make sure that the people that go there are of age. And then they don't disclose the fact that they do like 200 background checks. Here's my question. What happens if they get a false positive? What happens if a person has like a baby face Lou that actually does look like Muhammad the terrorist? What happens then? Like, do they get flagged? Do they get their Discord account banned? You know? Because I'm pretty sure, like, there must be something, like, if they're checking and the person actually has a match, what then? Fucking retarded, man. And not to mention, you know, like, the thing with kids, the moment, like, a kid knows that, and I actually saw, like, this in the Guardian article, like, teenagers that want to use this, they're not retarded. Like, you want a teenager as well, right? Like, if you genuinely wanted to use the internet, you would have used the internet. Teenagers can steal their parents' ID. Like, you do realize this, right? Like, it's not something that's unheard of. It's not something that can't be done. Like, I know the guy in my class that would have done it. Not only that would they have steal their parents' ID, they would also, like, print it and send it to the entire fucking class. You know the guy who would do it from your circle of friends. I know the guy that would do it for myself. Everyone has that guy. Everyone fucking has that guy. Like, why are we behaving that children are 17-year-olds, and 17-year-olds are completely mentally deficient, and they do not understand how to do a grift. Is it different in the United States? Like, are people in the United States like genuine angelic? Like, are they so fucking innocent that they don't know how to grift? Like, I used to know, like, back in the day when there was a movie that I couldn't see at the cinema, I would fucking pay a homeless guy so that he can go there and let me in. Again, like, are people in America literally that mentally deficient? They do not have the IQ in order to figure out how to do these things when they were younger? Because, like, I knew how to do a lot of shit when I was younger. It just baffles me the way that adults are talking now, as if the new generation is a generation of fucking morons. There is a difference between being smart and being moral, right? Like, teenagers, they're not necessarily moral, but they're supposed to be smart. And so, like, if you have a system where they're looking at, you know, like, what people are talking, so in other words, like, complete surveillance online, right? Like, there's now no more privacy, no more DMs, no more nothing, like, everything is surveilled, okay, fine. But the moment teenagers realize this, so they're going to just start talking about banking. Just going to start talking about doing taxes. You know, like, they can trick the system. They have a sibling that's over 18. They can borrow their account. Again, I just want you to understand that if they actually do this, and this thing doesn't get struck down by SCOTUS, and the whole mental retardation of the Chinese system actually comes to the Western internet, when you have a child that steals your credit card, right? Sorry, not your credit card, your social security number. Or he actually steals your information. Or your account. You forget your account open, right? Kid goes there. He does a racist joke. You're now responsible. The government doesn't know, right? Like, the government doesn't know that little Billy, 16-year-old, has made a racist joke. The government knows that you made the racist joke because little Billy stole your ID. Like, do you see the problem here? Not to mention, teenagers, usually, especially after puberty, like, I know we don't like to talk about this and we pretend that they don't, but teenagers fuck. Like, I've been to high school, you've been to high school, everyone has been to high school, everyone knows that teenagers fuck each other, right? Like, girlfriends, boyfriends existed, couples existed, right? Young ladies, they do send nude pictures to others. Okay, fine. Now, imagine, right, little Billy takes your card, like your ID, in order to go on Discord, right? Now, Discord doesn't think it's little Billy. Discord thinks it's you. Little Billy, that's like 16, talks to his girlfriend, also 16, perfectly legal. Most nations around the world have no problem with this, right? His girlfriend sends a picture to him. All of a sudden, child pornography. Bam, bam, bam. That would be very nice to explain, right? Probably you're not going to have to explain, because let's be honest, like, the cops, they're probably swamped with this anyway, because now people are DDoSing them with AI-generated photos and cartoons and shit. They may not even get to that case. But what I'm trying to say is that Discord will ban the account, right? Probably other social media will ban the account. Your ID can be flagged. You probably won't be able to do another account. May not be able to do banking. This is the future that they want. And I genuinely don't understand why people don't see it. It's already happening in China. Like, what I'm saying now is not from the, my imagination. Like, how is it possible that right-wingers, since 2020, have consistently fought against censorship and against things that try to remove internet privacy, right? Like, up till 2020, every single right-winger that has suffered under the Jack Dorsey era have systematically held the line against censorship, against privacy violations. All of a sudden, it's almost like they're the biggest advocates. Maybe because, like, all the leftists are on pedo sky, so I can't see what they're saying. Maybe they're for it as well. Maybe everyone is for it, and I'm the only one that's against it. But it is so weird. It is so freaking weird. It's like, okay, Trump won the election. Great. The right-wing government is now in charge. For how long? Like, there will be a leftist government. If you don't think that leftists are going to use these systems in order to crack down on your opposition, you're fucking delusional. But I'm looking even in the UK, right? Like, in the UK, you have the most leftist government that has ever existed. And I see academic agent actually saying, well, no, I mean, obviously, Ofcom is a good thing. And Ofcom, should actually censor people across the pond. And I'm like, you're a right-winger. You already been censored. Like, are you a masochist? Do you enjoy this? Does it turn you on? Do you like the government censoring you and ruining your life? Like, this is what I don't get. It's so fucking bizarre, man. Like, what changed? This is what I don't get. What happened that all of a sudden, in the age of AI nonetheless, after the pandemic, after people have already seen the abuses, they're like, you know what? Nah, this is great. I mean, it's going to protect kids. And most of the people that want kids protected don't even fucking have children. This is what exasperates me. Because I have a child. I actually know how to take care of him. It's not that fucking difficult. You install parental controls. It's not rocket science. Right? Like, you can literally just install parental controls on the laptop. You can install parental controls on the PC. And then you can literally see. I mean, holy shit, you know, like my wife. My wife has this camera. And she can just, like, from work, just look at the phone and can see what the kid is doing. She's like fucking God. She's like an eldritch abomination that can see what my son is doing every single moment of the day. My parents couldn't do that. And yet I grew up into a strong pillar of the community. With a little bit of degeneracy, sure. But, like, I grew up. My point is, it's like, you can actually have the surveillance state in your fucking home. Why are people so freaking out? What is it that, like, we as the adults have to suffer now, and we need to make sure that when our children grow up, they're ready to be harvested as well? This is another thing that I don't understand. It's like, oh yeah, you know, the European Union, GDPR, it protects your data. Right. In America, laws against harvesting data from children. Oh, amazing. Great. Yeah. So, like, when the kid is 17, you don't harvest data from him. But when he dings 18, he is ripe for the plucking. Who makes these dumb laws? It's like, in my opinion, data shouldn't be harvested at all, right? And so, adult or child, you shouldn't have your data harvested. But okay, you know, fine. Now the government is encouraging companies, you know what? Harvest even more. Like, you're not harvesting enough, right? The problem isn't that the harvesting happens and they should crack down on it. No, the problem is that they're not harvesting enough. I'm even, like, curious how they're going to deal with the European Union GDPR. Like, a lot of these companies are going to be in a catch-23, aren't they? Man, it's fucking mental. Again, until there is a backlash, they're going to try seeing how much they can get away with. And it started with pornography. Now it's just like, they're not even saying it's about porn. Now it's about the internet. So, okay, this is what I think, you know. Christianity used to be the default morality back in the day. But as the internet came up and people stopped believing in mysticism and in an afterlife, and I think, like, this is the biggest turning point, right? When people generally don't believe in an afterlife. It's not about God or Jesus. No, like, people do not think there is anything else after death, right? They think it's exactly the same as you were born. And when you have people that are like that, Christianity just doesn't work, right? It can work as a philosophy, sure, but it can't work, like, as a group of people that self-police because they're genuinely afraid of what will happen to their soul after they die, right? And so, initially, people thought, I mean, that's great. You know, we're going to have Walmarts and consumerism, right? It's going to be like atheists that are tolerant, open-minded, consumer. No, apparently you got the LGBT shit. Okay, fine. Now, what comes after the LGBT shit is interesting, right? After the LGBT shit, you don't get Christianity back because people still don't believe in an afterlife. I'm even looking at Sargon of Akkad, right? Like, he takes his family to church. He doesn't believe in an afterlife. I don't believe in an afterlife. This is literally what prevents me from becoming a Christian. Like, if I don't believe that there is anything happening after I die, and I'm like dead certain that there's nothing, then no religion can persuade me. Do you understand this? Like, it's not even the point, like, is there a God? Maybe there is, but, like, if that thing happens after the afterlife, right? And so, when you end up in this situation with people that do not believe in religion, you can have, like, I guess, like, you know, Christianity without the God and the saints and the mysticisms, and people just follow the rules. And sure, you know, that gives you less pronouns, and it gives you less LGBT frenzy, and it gives you, like, more stability. I agree. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying it's bad. But it's not going to give you more children, right? Because people genuinely do not believe in the afterlife. And so, what comes next? What comes after the LGBT agenda? What is the post-Christian world looking like? And is the risk-averse managerial system. Is this leftist, liberalist, therapy speak which I see the left and the right using. Words like harm, words like safety, words like risk, you know? Like, the self is now God. And the self is constantly traumatized and needs society to have all these safety checks in order to keep the self safe. I don't like the system. I don't agree with it. No, I think that back in the day, when people looked at someone that died and they said, you know what, that's the Darwin award. Oh my goodness, but we need a society with rules. Yes, we have a rule. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Literally, that was it, you know? Oh my goodness, he ate a Tide Pod. Well, he was retarded. I mean, make another child. Make another. It's like, that was the generation I grew up. Harsh, but fair. Harsh, but fair. You can't say that now. No. Now, like, I remember the fire challenge. Like, literally, there was a challenge on the internet with people setting themselves on fire. And what I thought is like, look, I would have never. Like, I remember growing up, and I was at school, and if that challenge happened, I would have never. And so it goes to show that maybe, you know, like, that was a filter that should have existed. Why should someone that would set themselves on fire get to vote after that? You know, I think, like, nobody that's rational and normal would set themselves. But anyway, people were upset. They were like, oh my goodness, oh, look what's happening. Oh, blah, 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 blah. We need safety. And therefore, they got safety, right? Do you feel more safe now? I don't feel more safe. Do you feel that the world is more safe for your kid? I don't feel that the world is more safe for my kid, despite the fact that all of the safetyism exists, right? I actually miss the world where people would say, you know what? This is fucking stupid, but let's do it anyway. Like, that's how I grew up. Like, I'm sorry, you know, like, this is what my parents gave me. This is like what my ancestor bestowed upon me. And so I don't really like this risk-averse managerial system because I don't think it's good for me. I think it's good for corporations. I think it's good for the government. I think it's good for the people that don't want accountability. I think it's good for the cowards that hate atomized individuals. But I'll tell you something about the atomized individual. The atomized individual can be held accountable. The person hiding behind committees, behind the word we, they don't get to be held accountable. A world without accountable people, especially as leaders, is the most unsafe world imaginable. But I suppose, you know, for the next 10 years or so, this is what's coming. What can you do? Not much you can do. It is what it is. It will take for people to get inconvenienced, right? Like, all these laws will pass, people will get inconvenienced, and eventually we will find a middle ground. Probably everyone will start using VPNs. Like, they will be extremely useful. Some governments will crack down on them, but eventually there will be pushback. And if that doesn't stop, like, you're going to have a lot of people using offline AIs on the laptop. Still, the next conversation is going to be AI, right? And the next mortal panic after that is going to be the robots. Like, I guarantee to you, the robots, holy shit, right? Like, imagine having a robot in your house which is connected to the cloud, and it hears you arguing with your wife. Okay? Like, that is going to be the next generation. Probably stuff that my child is going to have to deal with. But my point is, it can get even worse, right? A robot that's in your house that can record, and it needs to record in order to see how to clean, cook. Elon Musk is already making this, like Google Optimus, right? That robot is obviously going to be linked to the cloud. And the government will say, well, for safety, right, to keep people safe, to fight against domestic violence, and everyone is going to have, you know, the robot. You have a divorce, the robot comes in during discovery. It's like, let's look at what was recorded, right? This is what you get for safety. Safety is very important. Too bad it doesn't generate privacy. Let me know what you guys think. As usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.